Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Sara English. I'm Sarah, and I'm so happy that you decided to spend some time with us today.
And I'm Mike. It's always wonderful to have you here, whether you are relaxing at home, walking outside, driving to work, or enjoying a quiet evening.
Wherever you are, we hope this conversation helps you improve your English naturally, while also giving you a peaceful moment in your day.
Today, we have a topic that almost everyone experiences every single day, but we don't always talk about it in English.
That's right. Today, we're going to talk about your night in English. We will explore what people usually do in the evening, how they relax, and how they prepare for sleep.
As always, our conversation is designed for English learners around the B1 to B2 level. We will speak clearly and naturally, just like two friends having a real conversation.
Don't worry if you don't understand every word immediately. Just keep listening and enjoy the conversation. Understanding grows little by little.
Before we begin, we'd like to give you a simple question to think about while you listen.
Here's today's question. What is your favorite part of the night?
Maybe it's eating dinner with your family.
Maybe it's sitting quietly with a cup of tea after a busy day.
Maybe it's reading a book before going to bed.
Or maybe you simply enjoy the peaceful silence when everything around you becomes calm.
Whatever your answer is, keep it in your mind while we talk together today.
Mike, I think nighttime has a different feeling from every other part of the day.
I agree. The morning often feels full of energy and plans, but the night feels slower and quieter.
During the day, many people are busy working, studying, shopping, or taking care of different responsibilities.
But when the sun goes down, many people finally have a chance to breathe a little more slowly.
It becomes easier to notice small things, like the cool air outside, the sound of birds becoming quiet, or the lights appearing in the neighborhood.
Even if you live in a busy city, nighttime often changes the atmosphere completely.
That's one reason I enjoy evenings so much. They give me a feeling that the day is gently coming to an end.
I know exactly what you mean. Sometimes I don't even need to do anything special. Just sitting quietly for a few minutes feels refreshing.
Let's start with something simple. Mike, what does a normal evening usually look like for you?
Well, my evenings are not always the same, but I do have a routine that I enjoy.
I'm listening.
Usually, after I finish my work, I spend a few minutes putting everything away. I like having a clean desk before I leave my workspace.
That's interesting. Why do you do that?
Because when I see a clean desk the next morning, I feel ready to start again instead of feeling stressed by yesterday's work.
That's actually a very smart habit.
After that, I usually make dinner. Sometimes I cook something simple, and sometimes I just heat up food that I prepared earlier.
Are you a good cook?
I wouldn't call myself a great chef, but I know enough recipes to avoid eating the same meal every day.
Variety is important. Eating different foods makes life a little more interesting.
Exactly. After dinner, I try not to rush into another task immediately.
So you give yourself some time to relax.
Yes, sometimes I sit on the sofa and listen to soft music. Other times I read a few pages from a novel.
That sounds peaceful.
It really helps me separate work time from personal time.
I think that's becoming more important these days because many people work from home.
That's true. When your office is inside your home, it can be difficult to know when the workday has actually ended.
So creating a small evening routine helps your brain understand that it's time to slow down.
Exactly.
My evenings are a little different.
Really? Tell us about them.
After I finish work, I usually like to take a short walk if the weather's nice.
Even if it's only for a few minutes?
Yes, it doesn't have to be a long walk. Sometimes 15 or 20 minutes is enough.
What do you enjoy about walking in the evening?
I enjoy how everything feels calmer. There are usually fewer cars, fewer people, and the temperature is often more comfortable.
That's true, especially during the summer.
While I'm walking, I don't usually think about work anymore.
So what do you think about?
Honestly, almost anything. Sometimes I think about conversations I had during the day, sometimes I think about future plans, and sometimes I simply enjoy looking around without thinking very much at all.
That sounds relaxing.
It really is. I think many people underestimate how helpful a simple walk can be.
I agree. Walking gives your mind some space.
After I come home, I usually prepare something warm to drink.
Tea?
Most of the time, yes. Occasionally hot chocolate if I want something a little sweeter.
That sounds perfect for a quiet evening.
Then I usually sit by the window for a few minutes.
Really?
Yes, I like watching the lights outside and seeing people finishing their own days.
That's a nice habit because it reminds us that everyone has their own little story.
Exactly. Someone may be returning from work, someone else may be visiting friends, and another person may be walking their dog.
Every window with a light on probably has its own little story inside.
I like thinking about that.
Me too.
Now let's teach an important word that we'll use many times today.
The word is routine.
A routine is something you do regularly, usually in the same order.
For example, you might say, my evening routine starts with dinner and ends with reading a book.
Another useful word is unwind.
To unwind means to relax after a busy or stressful day.
For example, I like to unwind by listening to quiet music.
You can also unwind by talking with your family, taking a warm shower, or watching a peaceful movie.
Everyone has a different way of relaxing, and that's completely normal.
The important thing is finding something that helps your mind feel calm after a busy day.
Sometimes people think relaxing means doing nothing.
But relaxing can also mean doing something gentle that you enjoy.
Exactly. Reading, drawing, cooking, gardening, listening to music, or simply sitting outside can all help you unwind.
And I think the evening is the perfect time to discover what truly helps you feel peaceful.
The nice thing about nighttime is that it gives us permission to slow down a little after spending the whole day moving from one task to another.
And once we slow down, we often notice things that we missed during the busy hours of the day.
We notice our thoughts, our feelings, and sometimes even new ideas that didn't appear while we were rushing from one place to another.
It's amazing how a quiet evening can change the way we think, especially after a long and busy day.
Speaking of evenings, there's something I've always wondered about your nighttime habits, Mike.
Oh, really? Now I'm curious. What do you want to know?
Do you stay up late, or are you someone who likes going to bed early?
I used to stay up much later when I was younger, especially on weekends. I could easily watch movies until after midnight without thinking about the next morning.
I think many people can relate to that.
But now I've learned that getting enough sleep changes how I feel the next day.
In what way?
When I sleep well, I have more energy, I can concentrate better, and I feel more patient with other people.
That makes a big difference.
It really does. One good night of sleep can't solve every problem, but it certainly helps me deal with daily challenges.
I completely agree. Sleep is one of those simple things that people often forget to appreciate until they don't get enough of it.
Exactly. After a poor night's sleep, even small problems can feel much bigger than they really are.
That's very true.
Sarah, what about you? Are you naturally a morning person or a night person?
That's a difficult question because I think I'm somewhere in the middle.
How so?
I enjoy peaceful evenings, but I also love waking up early when I've had enough rest.
So your goal is to enjoy both?
Yes, I don't want to stay awake so late that I feel tired the next morning.
That sounds like a healthy balance.
I've noticed that my evenings are much more enjoyable when I don't spend all my time looking at my phone.
That's something many of us struggle with.
Sometimes I tell myself I'll check one message, but 20 minutes later I'm still scrolling through different apps.
I know exactly what you mean. It happens so easily.
Suddenly, it's much later than I expected, and I wonder where all that time went.
Technology is useful, but it can also quietly take away the peaceful moments we need at the end of the day.
That's why I've started creating small habits that help me disconnect.
Like what?
About 30 minutes before bedtime, I try to put my phone on a table across the room instead of keeping it beside me.
That's a clever idea because it makes it less tempting to check every new notification.
Exactly. When the phone isn't in my hand, it's much easier to focus on something calmer.
Such as reading.
Yes, reading is one of my favorite evening activities.
What kind of books do you enjoy before bed?
Usually something light and relaxing. I don't choose books that are too exciting because then I want to keep reading until very late.
That's happened to me many times.
You tell yourself, just one more chapter.
Then suddenly you've read 5 more chapters.
Exactly.
I also enjoy reading in the evening, although sometimes I prefer listening to quiet music instead.
What kind of music helps you relax?
Mostly soft piano music or gentle acoustic guitar. I don't usually choose loud songs before bed.
Music really changes the atmosphere of a room.
It does. Even the same room feels different depending on what you're listening to.
That's an interesting point.
Sometimes I don't even realize how busy my mind is until I hear a calm piece of music.
Then your thoughts begin to slow down.
Exactly.
Let's imagine 2 different evenings.
Okay.
In the first one, someone finishes work, immediately starts checking social media, answers emails, watches random videos, and keeps looking at a screen until midnight.
That sounds familiar for many people.
In the second evening, someone finishes work, eats dinner slowly, goes for a short walk, drinks tea, reads a few pages of a book, and goes to bed feeling calm.
Both evenings are possible, but they probably lead to very different feelings the next morning.
Exactly. The second person may wake up feeling more refreshed.
Of course, real life isn't always perfect.
That's true.
Sometimes people work late, take care of children, study for exams, or have other responsibilities that make evenings busy.
We understand that completely.
The goal isn't to create a perfect evening every single day.
It's simply to notice small opportunities to make our nights a little more peaceful whenever we can.
Even 5 quiet minutes can make a difference.
I like that idea because it's realistic.
Speaking of realism, have you ever had trouble falling asleep?
Oh yes, especially before something important.
Like before a trip or an important meeting?
Exactly. My body feels tired, but my brain suddenly wants to think about everything at once.
I think many listeners have experienced that.
Have you?
Definitely. Sometimes I remember something I forgot to do earlier in the day just as I'm trying to sleep.
Isn't that funny?
It's almost like my brain waits until bedtime to remind me.
Mine does the same thing.
When that happens, I've learned a simple trick.
What is it?
I keep a small notebook beside my bed.
Really?
Yes, if an important idea comes into my mind, I write one short sentence.
Then you don't have to keep thinking about it.
Exactly. Once it's written down, I know I can deal with it tomorrow.
That's a wonderful habit.
It helps my mind let go instead of repeating the same thought again and again.
I might start doing that too.
It's surprisingly helpful.
Now let's learn a few more useful expressions connected with nighttime.
The first expression is go to bed.
This simply means to get into bed because you are ready to sleep.
For example, I usually go to bed around 10:30.
Another useful expression is fall asleep.
This means the moment when you actually begin sleeping.
You can say, I was tired, so I fell asleep very quickly.
Another common expression is stay up.
To stay up means not going to bed, especially later than usual.
For example, I stayed up late watching a football match.
We also often use the phrase, have a good night's sleep.
It means sleeping well during the night and waking up feeling rested.
For example, after I had a good night's sleep, I felt much better.
Here's another useful word, peaceful.
Peaceful describes something that is calm, quiet, and relaxing.
You might say, the neighborhood becomes peaceful after everyone goes home.
Or, I enjoy peaceful evenings with a warm drink and a good book.
These are expressions you'll hear very often in everyday English.
The best way to remember them is to imagine your own evening while listening.
Picture yourself arriving home, preparing dinner, relaxing, and getting ready for bed.
When vocabulary connects with real life, it becomes much easier to remember.
That's one reason we enjoy having these conversations instead of simply giving long lists of vocabulary.
Because language becomes meaningful when it describes real experiences.
And everyone has their own evening story.
Some people spend the night with family, some enjoy quiet hobbies, some work late, and others simply look forward to a few peaceful moments before sleeping.
No matter what your evenings look like, they are an important part of your daily life, and they give you many opportunities to practice natural English through real situations.
That reminds me of another interesting question I've been wanting to ask you, Mike, because I think our listeners might recognize themselves in your answer.
Now you've made me curious again. Go ahead.
If you could create your perfect evening, what would it look like from beginning to end?
That's a wonderful question. I think my perfect evening would begin with finishing work on time. That already feels like a good start.
I think many listeners are smiling right now because they understand exactly what you mean.
After work, I would take a slow walk somewhere with trees or a small park nearby.
So nature is part of your perfect evening.
Definitely. Even a short walk helps me leave the busy part of the day behind.
Then what happens?
I'd come home, prepare a simple dinner, and eat without rushing.
No checking emails while eating?
Absolutely not. Dinner deserves my full attention. Food tastes much better when you're actually paying attention to it.
I completely agree.
After dinner, I'd probably read for a while, listen to soft music, and maybe spend a few minutes looking at the stars if the sky was clear.
That sounds like a very peaceful night.
It really does in my imagination.
And hopefully in real life, too.
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Life isn't always as organized as we'd like.
That's true for everyone.
What about your perfect evening, Sarah?
Mine would also begin with finishing work without feeling rushed.
That's already becoming a common theme.
I think so. Then I'd prepare dinner with my family or friends instead of cooking alone.
Cooking together can be fun.
Yes, even simple meals become more enjoyable when people are talking and laughing together.
That's something many people forget. Sometimes it's the company that makes the meal special.
Exactly. After dinner, I'd like to spend some time talking instead of everyone immediately looking at their phones.
Face-to-face conversations are becoming more valuable every year.
I think so too. Even 20 minutes of real conversation can make an evening feel memorable.
Then what would you do before bed?
I'd probably make a cup of tea, read a little, and write down one good thing that happened during the day.
I really like that idea.
It doesn't have to be something big.
Just one small positive moment.
Exactly. Maybe someone smiled at you. Maybe you finished an important task. Maybe you learned a new English expression.
Or maybe you simply enjoyed a beautiful sunset.
Yes, those small moments deserve our attention too.
Sometimes we spend so much time thinking about tomorrow that we forget to appreciate today.
That's a beautiful thought.
Thank you. Before we finish today's episode, let's review some useful vocabulary we practiced together.
The first word is routine. A routine is something you do regularly in the same way.
Next is unwind.
To unwind means to relax after work or after a busy day.
We also learned fall asleep.
That means to begin sleeping.
Another useful expression is stay up late.
It means to remain awake later than usual, instead of going to bed.
We also used the adjective peaceful.
Peaceful describes something that feels calm, quiet, and relaxing.
Another important word is refreshing.
Refreshing means something that helps you feel better, more energetic, or more relaxed.
For example, a short evening walk is refreshing after a long day.
We also talked about habit.
A habit is something you do regularly without thinking very much about it.
Healthy evening habits can help you sleep better and feel better the next morning.
Finally, we used the word atmosphere.
Atmosphere means the feeling or mood of a place.
Soft music, warm lights, and quiet conversations can create a relaxing atmosphere.
we'd like to give you a small English practice before we say goodbye.
We'd love for you to answer today's question in English.
You can write something simple like, "My favorite part of the night is reading before bed."
Or, I like drinking tea and listening to music in the evening.
You don't need perfect grammar.
You just need the confidence to try.
Every sentence you write helps you become a stronger English speaker.
And we truly enjoy reading your comments because they allow us to learn a little about your daily life.
You can even tell us where you're from by writing, "I'm blank from blank, and my favorite nighttime activity is..."
We always love seeing listeners from different countries learning English together.
Before we finish, remember something simple.
Your English doesn't improve only during lessons.
It also improves during ordinary moments, like making dinner, taking an evening walk, preparing for bed, or relaxing with a book.
Those everyday experiences give you real situations where English becomes useful instead of something you only study.
So tonight, as you finish your own day, try describing your evening in English, even if it's only a few sentences in your mind.
You might say, I finished work, I cooked dinner, I watched a movie, and now I'm getting ready for bed.
Little by little, these simple descriptions become natural conversations.
And that's exactly our goal here at Talk Sara English.
Thank you so much for spending part of your evening with us today.
We hope this conversation helped you relax while also helping your English grow one step at a time.
Take care of yourself. Enjoy the quiet moments whenever you can, and remember that steady practice is more important than perfect practice.
Have a peaceful night. Keep speaking English every day, and we'll see you in the next episode of Talk Sara English.